We received two major announcements for NXT TakeOver Dallas last night, and did anybody else get as much enjoyment as I did seeing a plastic Barbie doll get kicked around? Well, we're going to talk more about that on this week's NXT review right here on WGS-TV. Hey YouTube, are you ready for your hot tag? Because if you are, it's definitely time to warp.
What's up, guys? Vic Morbius here. Face paint or no face paint, you're still watching WGS-TV.
Greetings, YouTube. Yeah, I've worked your way back into another episode of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. I am the WrestleGamer, Billy Bruto, and this is going to be the NXT review for the week of March 16, 2016. A lot of people considered yesterday to be the official Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, 3/16. But I consider it one. It was my mother's birthday, and she's old. She's old like a dinosaur, and she can hear me too. And
kick your ass, Billy.
When she hasn't. And two, it was also NXT last night, so we're going to talk more about that. But let me go ahead and introduce my co-reviewers for the NXT review this week. First off, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard him already, James from the Big Easy is here. James, how you doing?
I really enjoyed the red-headed bimbo Barbie getting kicked around by Crocodile.
I love that line that Tom Phillips delivered. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get started. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you know him as the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Will, how you doing?
The only thing I gotta say is, it's about time American Alpha is gonna get the belts.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get this review started. Now, if you look at the opening of NXT last night, the big announcement of the match between Sami Zayn and the way they said his name, Shinsuke Nakamura, I was always like Shinsuke Nakamura. Would either pronunciation, James, be correct? Like Shinsuke or Shinsuke?
I think either one is correct.
It's Shinsuke Nakamura. WGS-TV fans, he is the king of strong style from New Japan Pro Wrestling, mind you all.
Yep, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see. Not only did we hear a good fanfare reception from him from the NXT crowd, but to see how well he's received by the NXT crowd that's going to be in Dallas on April the 1st. If you follow New Japan Pro Wrestling, like I do, well, I wouldn't say wholeheartedly follow New Japan Pro Wrestling. I just discovered it on Access TV about a couple of months ago when made the switch from cable to satellite. In some aspects it was good, in some it wasn't, but when it pertains to this one, it's good because then you get to watch more wrestling. His final match that I've seen was when he lost the IWGP Intercontinental Championship to Goto. And I think it was in May of 2015 when they had that match happen. And you get a good glimpse of what Nakamura is, what he can do, and like I say, I'm really, really interested, James, to see what he can bring to NXT.
Really, is that you look at NXT. NXT is bringing a lot of these high-name people into the roster, and but you think about it, it's like. I kind of understand you have to bring the calf. But at the same time, it's like they could go up to the WWE main roster, but I feel like they want to just test the waters with each of the new people that comes in. I think the only exception would be AJ Styles, but it's very interesting because he has that unique style that he had in Japan, and to see him fight Zayn, woo boy. Match of the night? Match of the year, maybe?
Well, one can only hope that they deliver on a really good match, to be honest. I'm seeing what Nakamura can do in the few matches that I've seen him in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he is a top-tier talent. in my opinion. And for him to be working with Sami Zayn for his debut match at NXT in Dallas, that will be a high star quality match, to say the least. Opening match, it was the Hype Brothers taking on Kenneth, Crawford, and Angelo Dawkins. I see no reason why she would dwell on this one, pretty much because Crawford and Dawkins pretty much just drive up to the Hype Bros, and whenever you drive up to the Hype Bros, well, you're not really high on the totem pole.
And why we need Teddy Long back in WWE. I'm saying I miss Teddy Long already, but as far as this match is concerned, yeah, you might as well have Mojo Rawley do all the hype stuff, Zack Ryder, Broski Boot, and they call their tag team the Hang Glider, which is a very unique name for their tag team finisher. Now,
The
are they
Hype
going to have
Rider.
a pro?
It's the Hype Rider.
Hype Rider, Hang Glider sounds chippy to me, but if anybody paid attention last week when they did their interview and with the Vaudevillians, I think their next storyline is going to be against Gotch in English, because they need something going. But this match was a can we just move the hell on type of match.
I wish we could do that for the next match, which we probably will. Deonna, Purrazzo, and Emma. One thing I've noticed, ever since Dana Brooke had our last match with Asuka, she has not been back in the ring since. I think they probably want to keep her out of the ring until they give her some more training, make sure, more conditioning inside the ring. It's one thing to have. Go ahead.
I have the report actually. The report was that she suffered an injury. Think against Asuka or what before Asuka, and basically they're taking her away from the ring as she's recovering from the injury.
What did it say? What type? Because I can gather that concussion. If she's been concussed, that that would be a good reason to keep her away from the ring until she's recovered from that.
It's not a concussion injury, if I remember. They say it was right at that in the beginning. They didn't report what injury she had. Basically, we don't know what type of injury did they have.
But like with the first match, is really not a lot to talk about with this one. It was just Emma locking on the Emma lock on Deonna Purrazzo, getting cut and dried. Really not much to say about this one. And for the next match as well, with Tommaso Ciampa and Jesse Sorensen. For one thing, first off, I don't know if I said it before, but after seeing him breaking his neck from that shooting star press in TNA, for him to be actually walking around, well, by far is a testament to how far he's come.
And to how far he came, as many reports after he was released from his TNA contract, that he wasn't going to wrestle again. Other doctors were saying, find something else of interest. It's not worth putting your... But it differs when you see him against somebody in the indie scene, as much as the Sicilian brawler Tommaso Ciampa. And the match was about a good 5 minutes. I mean, Jesse Sorensen has come a long way, but when he with the win here, and I see a lot of good things going for him. Where is he going to push him? Who knows? But nice match.
Why does Tommaso Ciampa look like he stirs in crack with his caffeinated coffee? I'm just saying.
And then again, no, that's fine. But I mean, when you see somebody of that caliber who's been on the indie scene for as much as I like Ciampa as a brawler, but I don't know where NXT officials are going to put him. Does Triple H see something in him? Who knows?
Okay, well, now that I got that horrifying image out of my head, we had one of the featured tag team matches of the week. It was Bayley and Asuka taking on Eva Marie and Nia Jax. First off, I gotta love Tom Phillips' line. When Eva Marie slapped Asuka, "Do not provoke the crocodile." I love that. That's probably one of the few times I'm going to compliment Tom Phillips on his commentary. To me, Personally, I think Tom Phillips is more of a color guy. You know, being the face color guy, basically being the Byron Saxton of NXT. And we need to bring Rich Brennan back to do play-by-play. Tom Phillips is not a good play-by-play guy. I think Rich Brennan is a much better suited choice to do that. Phillips, to me, like I said, is more of a Byron Saxton face color type of a commentator. He can't really cut it as a play-by-play guy, James.
Oh yeah, I understand, because really you had like what, Corey Graves is, you know, he was the one that provoked the whole crocodile and baby deer, because he caught he saw Asuka. It's like, oh no, like you see one of those animal things where the baby deer's at the river and the crocodile comes up. He compared Eva Marie to the baby deer and Asuka to the crocodile.
Sounds like Wild Kingdom. I'm sorry, I had to get that.
That's what they mentioned, was Wild Kingdom type. But anyway, going to commentary, I think it might need a little bit of a change. I think they need a real true play-by-play guy, because those Corey Graves and Rich, I like them. I think they need a third person. They need somebody that can do a play-by-play for real.
Yeah, I thought Rich Brennan and Corey Graves had good chemistry on commentary. To be honest myself, I don't understand why WWE decided to make the switch, pull Brennan off of commentary and put Tom Phillips in there. I don't know what the deal was with that, but Tom Phillips, there are a few times that I will compliment his delivery on commentary. This was one of them. With the crocodile line, that was a good. And one of the things I really liked about this one, I got a little bit of personal satisfaction and enjoyment out of seeing Asuka kick the living crap out of Eva Marie in that match. I didn't even put it in the comments on the actual YouTube video on WWE that I actually derived a little bit of enjoyment out of seeing Eva Marie get the shit kicked out of her. And somebody replied to me saying something along like, well, Asuka can be a little bit rough towards timid type of wrestlers. First off, if Eva Marie is a plastic Barbie doll who should not even be in the ring to begin with. She is more suited to be a valet or a manager. She can't run the ropes. She can't sell a move and do any of those things to save a life.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Just like John Laurinaitis, Eva Marie got 38,000 Twitter followers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but one of the actual confrontations I wanted to see in this match, but never happened, was Asuka and Nia Jax. They teased that for well over a month. I think longer than that, to be honest. And we never got to see the confrontation happen. But when it comes to this match, it was Bayley hitting the Bayley to belly on Eva Marie, and then William Regal came out to make the announcement that at NXT TakeOver Dallas, Bayley would be defending the NXT Women's Championship against Asuka, which kind of leaves me a little bit conflicted, because on one hand, I really like Asuka, and on the other hand, I like Bayley as well.
Because here's the thing, really, is that you conflicted. I'm conflicted on this one myself, because do we want to take the title away from Bayley and give it to Asuka? But if you think about it, if they do take the title away from Bayley, that means she might be coming up to the main roster soon.
That was another comment I saw like repeatedly in that video of that I commented on, that they would drop the title off of her, and then they would think the day after WrestleMania that Bayley would basically be pulling a page and making her debut on Monday Night Raw.
Well, the only way to, if you're talking about pulling a page, that means Charlotte should be retaining the title and actually losing the title to Bayley, but I'm not going to see that. I think she will make a debut, but she's not going to be like a page and fight for the Divas title.
Well, yeah, I can agree with you to that point. Main event on NXT this week, it was a number one contenders match for the Tag Team Championship. The American Alpha, which is Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, taking on the Vaudevillians.
Are we sure that Teddy Long not booking NXT now, since half of the matches are tag team matches played?
I don't know what to say to that, but probably. But for this instance, we really can't say anything bad about it, considering the two types of teams that were in this match. American Alpha and Vaudevillians, really high caliber tag teams performers in WWE. I want to say all together, and that's really saying a lot. But it would come down to the American Alpha hitting the assisted German, I call it the assisted German suplex. They used to have a name for it, but they stopped using it on commentary. But I just call it an assisted German suplex with a bridge on Aiden English for American Alpha to pick up the win. And I from the way it sounded, Will, that you were really 100% behind American Alpha to go over on this one.
Yes, and this is where, again, Teddy Long had nothing to do with this, so we're gonna put the Teddy Long thing to the side. But on the match, the only thing I can say is American Alpha came a long way, and I mean a very long way. And the way that the chemistry between Jordan and Gable are, I mean, it's very good. Look at Jason Jordan's last tag team partner, Ty Dillinger. Now he's the perfect 10, and he's not going anywhere. Now look at Jason Jordan now. One of the most athletic NCAA wrestlers that made it into the big time at NXT, and now I'm going to call it right here. If they don't put this match in NXT Dallas, I think they're crazy. I want American Alpha to face the Revival for the tag belts.
That is actually
match.
That is a confirmed match for TakeOver.
Yes, but I think this is the best match of NXT for. No, I'll call it.
Well, for my pick for best match of the night for NXT this week, I'm actually going to Asuka and Bayley taking on Emma and Nia Jax, just for the sheer enjoyment of seeing the plastic Barbie doll just getting thrown around the ring. Just for that. That's how much I don't like Asuka. I'm sorry, Eva Marie. If you would ask me a question, who I hate more, Oksana or Eva Marie, I'm going to say it's a dead tie. It's a dead tie. Because both of them had no place in the ring whatsoever. You know, if they want to make Eva Marie a valet, like I've said before, I don't have a problem with that, because she's more suited to be the valet manager type. You know, basically be a Sunny. This era's Sunny. Don't do what Tammy Sitch has been doing, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You know, manage tag teams, manage talent, in a sense. I think she's more suited to be that than an in-ring performer. Worst match of the night, I'm going to go to Deonna Purrazzo and Emma, because it just looked terrible to me. It just really looked awful, and then they're putting over Emma. I mean, I'm not saying anything really bad about it, but it's Emma. And the fact that I don't like Dana Brooke whatsoever. But anyway, so my overall score is going to be a 3 out of 5. Will, over to you. Your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of NXT.
All right. Best match, American Alpha vs. Vaudevillians. Worst match, I'll jump on the well. Emma versus Deonna Purrazzo. And I'm sorry, the worst segment at NXT is Corey Graves and Tom Phillips. And any other sports commentary, they'd be lost like a jigsaw puzzle. I mean, I thought their commentary was horrible. I cannot wait for SmackDown tonight. Mauro Ranallo is better by himself than those two idiots. Just saying.
And I've also heard reports that Jerry the King Lawler is actually lobbying WWE to have split commentary teams for WrestleMania, because he has that much faith and confidence in Mauro Ranallo. And when you have someone like Jerry the King Lawler backing you up on commentary like that, to me, that says a lot. That really says a lot. And I, too, think Mauro Ranallo is probably one of the best commentators in WWE right now. James, over to you, your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of NXT.
Best match has to go to the number one contendership for the NXT tag titles. That is American Alpha and Vaudevillians. I mean, you think about it, American Alpha has been really getting a push ever since they've been, since they became a team, and then how I feel like they've gotten higher and higher in every match. And I will give honorable mention to Bayley and Asuka versus Eva and Nia, because really it's like you're right with the tease with Nia Jax and Asuka. I feel like they'd be saving that if Asuka wins the NXT Women's title from Bayley, to have that feud while Bayley goes up to the main roster, we can have a Asuka, we could have Eva Marie part of it, but it's the Asuka Nia Jax feud for the title. And also the sheer entertainment of seeing Eva Marie get her ass kicked. Worst has to go to Emma and Deonna Purrazzo. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, the Emma's opponent, I'm not gonna say Emma's opponent. Wasn't she the same one that Asuka knocked out in her first match?
Yes.
Yes, that was the same victim.
The same victim. Yeah, because I mean, she needs more work because she's more of a new person, but I think she needs more work. I think she could be a good competitor. I think she just need to put more work into it.
Well, guys and gals, what we want to know from you guys out there, viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on NXT this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of NXT this week? Definitely want to hear what you guys out there have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. James is over on twitch.tv. Look, I got it right this time, James. .tv. James, where can they check you out?
Twitch.tv/Fatboy504. Do PS4 gameplay. I might be doing it later on today. I'm not too sure. You can find me on Twitter at Fatboy504, where you see random stuff. And also, I have a note. I feel like this could be the first NXT takeover where all the titles change hands, because I don't think any takeover had all titles change hands.
Possibly. But anyway, guys and gals, WGS-TV is on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You guys can ask me questions. Links will be provided in the description box below. And as always, I'll have a couple of videos in the annotations at the end of this video for you guys to check out as well. So with that being said, for the Bay Area MVP known as Will and James and the Big Easy, I'm the Russell Gamer in my Asuka t-shirt saying I will see you at the next Warp Zone. Bye, guys.
Barbie beatdown.
Okay, so we got some extra of those. Oh, hello, big hand. I gotta say, from some of the match listings that I see on here, like Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal for the NXT Championship Finals, the no disqualification match.